Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, CEO and founder of the Agency Alliance and Surefire Digital Media. Now, you found yourself on this page for a number of different reasons, but you're an insurance agent, and bottom line is you're looking for a better quality lead. You're looking for somewhere that you can invest your marketing dollars that's going to provide you high quality leads, a better return on investment, and you really just want some clarity on the process. And I understand that over the last couple of years, there's been all kinds of social media gurus and lead generation experts and masterminds that have popped up over the years. And things have gotten kind of confusing. There's been a lot of changes on Facebook. You've got some people talking about bots and funnels and landing pages and lead forms and click funnels and lead pages and all these different things. And there's masterminds on generating real estate agent leads for referral partners and affinity marketing leads. And you've got systems like Quote Engine that we've gotten, just tons and tons of different programs and options. And really, a lot of people are just saying the same thing. And I really just wanted to create a quick video, not to sell you on anything, but simply to give you the information that you're looking for. Listen, I'm very transparent. There's been a lot of changes, and throughout this presentation, I'm going to show you basically everything that we do, from the ad copy that we use, the ad types that we use, the strategies that we put together, the targeting measures, the methodology. I'm going to bring you some industry insight on what's going on in terms of changes, what the cost is on Facebook and Google, the different strategies between the two, when it's right to use them, some of our actual client results that we've gotten, our weekly process that we go through, just literally lay everything out for you so that you understand it. And we can skip the whole sales call and, putting you into our funnel and things like that. I've been generating leads and talking with insurance agents for the last 5 years, and I've got 15,000 agents in my database of people who have opted in and asked to learn more about our programs. And so the last thing I want to do is waste time with somebody who's not interested. And I know that you don't want to waste time with hearing the same old thing, and you really just want some clarity on what's going on. So instead of us going back and forth and chasing each other around on the phone, I figured this would be a fantastic way to get you the information that you're looking for. And at the end of the day, you're going to decide if this is interesting to you or something that you want to press forward with, all right? Watch your email, because you're also going to get a couple of individual videos that break down each of these processes. We got a lot of ground to cover, so I'm only going to be able to scratch the surface to respect your time today. But I'm going to send you over the next couple of days a little bit more information in depth on our process, on the strategies that we use, on giving you some ad copy examples. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a really good understanding of what to look for in a lead provider. You can take the information that I'm giving you, and you can at least have some educated conversations with some of the digital marketing guys out there or marketing companies who are trying to solicit you for business by taking the information, the facts, and the data that we're giving you here. And you can see if they really even make sense based on what they're telling you. Because what you'll find is that over the next 12 months, we're going to see a lot of people go away. Facebook has made a bunch of changes that are very, very, very impactful, specifically to the insurance world. And the cost has gone up. And as the corporate giants continue to spend more and more money on Facebook, it is driving the cost of Facebook ads up. And so the amount of time that it takes to generate Facebook leads that are quality, that are actually converting, is a lot more time than it took a year ago. You have to really pay attention to all of the data points and the metrics. And 3 years ago, 4 years ago, anybody could do this. That's simply not the case today. We've got training programs that can teach you exactly how to do what we're going to show you here today, but we also will manage it for you. And what I'm finding right now is that more and more people are finding it better to have our team of experts manage campaigns for you, simply because it just takes too much time today to get it right, to dial it in, to get the cost per lead in order to justify the return on investment. And spending 3 or 4 or 5 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a week on this stuff as an agent, it takes away from you being able to do your job. And ultimately, you're an insurance agent, you're not a marketing company, and you need to focus on being able to close business and drive revenue. All right, so let's get in here and let's get started here. All right, so we're all about the ROI. I mean, that's really what we focus on. We understand that leads are great, but at the end of the day, you're not going to hire us unless you see a positive return on investment. So we have transparent pricing. We meet with our clients regularly. You're very involved in this process. This is not purchasing leads, guys. We are a digital marketing agency, a full service digital marketing agency. And what we do is we onboard our clients. We find out what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget is, and then we propose a campaign or a scope of work on how we're going to achieve those goals. And it's more than just us slapping up a couple of campaigns, guys. We put together a full scope of work of here's the strategy and here's based on your budget, here's how we're going to get there, right? So, using our proven perfect customer targeted approach and our proprietary analytics calculator, we accurately forecast the performance of every ad. We're able to make immediate improvements to our ad campaigns and increase the return on investment, lower the cost per lead. And we show you all of the data-driven decisions that we're making. So we don't make emotional decisions. We've got massive amounts of resources because of the hundreds of thousands of leads that we've generated and the thousands of agents that we work with. But at the end of the day, we cannot complete the return on investment calculation without your feedback, without knowing who you're talking to, what leads are good, how many quotes you've done, how much money you've made, how much premium you've written. These things make a massive difference. And so with that, we're able to figure out and fine tune these campaigns because not everybody's going to have the same results. We're going to really take that granular data from you. We get weekly follow-ups with our clients, and we take that and then we take the data that you give us. We eliminate the stuff that's not working. We double down on the stuff that is working, and ultimately over time we continue to get better and better leads. Traditionally, what you're used to seeing is you get a couple of good leads up front and then the quality diminishes over time. That does not happen with us because of the way that we do business. So agents that work with us generally report somewhere between 12 and 18% conversion rate on the initial contact, as opposed to the industry standard when you purchase leads of 3 to 8%. In addition, you're seeing 65 to 75% contact rates on our inbound leads, and agents are reporting having massive success using our CRM and marketing automation tool with follow-ups, X dates, and converting an additional 30% throughout the customer journey process. So when you start with us, we're going to also give you depending on the package that you get, but most of our clients go ahead and get our fully built out, developed and integrated CRM and marketing automation tool. When you check your email, this is one of the things that we're going to break down for you and show you more in depth of what that looks like. But it comes pre-drafted. You'll never miss a follow-up. Every time somebody hits your website, every time someone opens an email, every time somebody watches this video, every time they download a brochure, your team's going to get notified. And this allows you to hit the prospects exactly when they're ready, when they're sitting down and making time to look at the information and the content that you're sending out. So what does this mean? That you're going to have higher quality leads, that you're going to experience a value-driven sales conversation, not getting price shoppers. The way that we do business is that we're finding people based on key metrics and demographic insight, not necessarily based on their, looking for a cheap price. You're going to be able to utilize our proven turnkey marketing automation and CRM so that you're never missing a follow-up. You're going to have automated emails, automated text, automated booked appointments. We really try to use technology to be efficient for you and help you handle more volume so that you can ultimately get a higher return on investment. And most of our clients see somewhere between 100, 200, 300% return on investment from the ad dollars spent. And that typically happens within the first 30 to 90 days. All right. We have a highly successful strategy that has a long track record of success. We have a multifaceted approach that is highly customized to each of our clients based on their specific needs. All right. So you're not purchasing leads. Again, we're a digital marketing agency, and our specialty is on inbound lead generation. Where other digital marketing agencies focus on content and ad and branding, our core focus is on inbound lead generation. We want to make your phones ring. We want your appointments booked. We want your emails booming. We have an arsenal of resources that include over 250 different ad campaigns that we've tested and proven time and time again. And they cover every line of insurance in the industry. We can generate auto leads, home leads, renter leads, life leads, universal life, whole life, mortgage protection, final expense, annuity, financial services, health, disability, long-term care, mortgage, car buyer, auto loans, refinance, home sellers, and more. We utilize highly effective, customized, and targeted approach to generate high-quality leads. So what we do is we do in-depth customer research, demographic insight, data analysis. We use affinity marketing, strategic partnerships, and customer solutions-driven campaigns that drive solutions-driven prospects, not price shoppers. So what that means for you is that when we go into a market, we really dive into what you're looking for. An example is I had an individual that came on board with us about a week ago. He's in the Prince George, Maryland area, and he does not want business in Virginia or Washington. So we do a 20-mile radius. What we did was we did a deep dive into the demographics to really learn what does a population of the 20-mile radius in Prince George County look like? Where do they work? What is the age and gender of these folks? What industries are they in? What job titles do they hold? What employers do they work for? What schools did they go to? What is their education level? What is their financial status? What's their homeownership status? And then we create a perfect customer. And one of the things that we found in this process was initially we wanted to exclude showing the ads in Washington, D.C. But what we found is, based on the research that we did, that was not a good idea for us. Instead, what we did was we decided we're going to include Washington, D.C., but we're only going to show the ads to people who live in Prince George County. So a lot of times what people will do is they will just show the ad to anybody who lives in that target area, but anybody that's in that target area, but they may live somewhere else. And so what we did is we changed it around and said, hey, I'm going to show it to people who live here, but I'm not going to exclude Washington, D.C., because we found that there's commuters. If you just exclude Washington, D.C., then they're not going to see it at all if you're using everybody who is in this location versus that live in this location. These are the very tiny details that make the biggest difference, because had we just done everyone in this location and excluded Washington, D.C., we would have lost about 40% of the ideal customers that he's looking for, which would have cost us a lot of traffic. All right, so we do more than just Facebook campaigns, all right? We're not just a Facebook lead generation company, we're a digital marketing agency. And so I called it years ago, Facebook would eventually cost just as much as Google, all right? And so what I did is a breakdown here to show you what the cost basis is of these two platforms, all right? Now understand that these are two very different platforms, but both serve a very specific purpose in your marketing campaign. Facebook was so cheap in the past that we would justify telling people, just throw all of your money to Facebook. Just double down on Facebook. Everything that you can spend it on Facebook. But with the rising cost, year over year, we're seeing triple-digit increases on the cost. That certainly isn't the case anymore, and we're really looking at more well-rounded campaigns utilizing both Facebook, Google, and LinkedIn, as well as some of the other strategies with strategic partnerships and some of the technology that help you generate leads and referrals within the mortgage and real estate industry. But today you have to work both of these systems, and you can't ignore that for every 1,000 views you pay for on Facebook, you get 4,000 on Google, specifically in the insurance industry. So here you can see the Facebook ad placement medium is $11.20 per thousand. So the CPM is how much does it cost on average to get 1,000 impressions, all right? And with our formula that we use in our conversion rates, we have a very specific and definitive conversion calculation that we use, and our conversion says that we're gonna generate 1 to 2 household leads per 1,000 impressions. That's the way that ours works out. When our campaigns are working and meeting the benchmarks on the conversion rates, we're gonna get 1 to 2 per 1,000 impressions. All right. So that means you're gonna see with Facebook somewhere between a $5 and $11 lead, and typically our households include 3 to 4 cars. 3 to 4 items. You're going to see 2 cars in a house. We have about 10 or 15% if we're doing a PNC campaign that will also request live. On average, you're seeing 3.5 items per lead form that comes in, and that's anywhere from $5 to $10 per lead. All right, and that's really pretty accurate. The Facebook placement medium cost per click is 48 cents per click, and the Facebook placement ads medium click-through rate is 2.36. Our benchmark is 3% or better, so we outperform the average here. But then when you look at the Google Display Network, $2.80 per thousand. Now that's huge, guys. That's what I'm saying. For every 1,000 impressions you're showing on paying for on Facebook, you're going to get 4,000 on Google. That's a lot of visibility. That's a lot of brand awareness. That's a lot of traffic that you're able to generate. Now the cost per click is a little bit higher, and the click-through rate on average is a little bit lower, but we're outpacing this click-through rate. We're somewhere about 1.9 on the Google platform. And some of this may not make a whole lot of sense to you, but I just want you to really understand. So think about this stuff and come back and watch this. And as you have conversations and you start to listen to people as they're telling you what their programs do and what kind of conversion rates, you can have these intelligent conversations, and you can ask them what their CPM, their average CPM, what their average conversion rate is, and see how they stack up against the industry. Here in a couple slides, I'm going to actually show you our exact breakdown versus the industry standard. which is right here actually. So the actual cost of Facebook, you're looking at an average cost per click. This is by industry. So the previous slide was overall, just in generally speaking for Facebook. This is in the insurance industry. Insurance is actually the most expensive industry to advertise in. You can see the average cost per click is $3.77 for the insurance industry. The average click-through rate is 0.0056 and the average conversion rate is 0.09, right? So 9% and 5%. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what our calculation is on the next slide here, but here's one of our actual campaigns, and you can see our actual cost per thousand here is $20 to $26. It's a little bit higher than the average for this particular campaign, but it was a very highly targeted campaign. You can see the relevance score of 7 and 9. These are huge numbers, and they make a very big difference in the performance of an ad. The higher your relevance score, the better placement you're going to get, the better quality leads you're going to get. So if you're noticing that you're getting low quality leads from your Facebook campaigns, look at your relevance score. You'll notice there's a direct correlation to the quality of leads and the relevance score. This comes down to targeting and what really separates what we do. And we focus on that perfect customer creation process. That's why our relevance scores are always so high. But you can see our click-through rates at 7.86%. Again, remember the average click-through rate is 2.36. Here we're at 7.86 and 5.9 an average of 6. So we're 3 times higher click-through rate. Our cost per click, guys, 38 cents. The average cost per click is $3.77. The average click-through rate is 0.05%. All right, you're looking at a 0.5%. This isn't 5%. This is 1/2 of 1% average click-through rate. We're at 6%. This is massive, guys. So when you look at this, you look at the number of clicks on the campaign, and you look at the difference here, the number of people that clicked on the ad. That's how you calculate the click-through rate. All right, so you look at 345 people that clicked on the ad, and 140 of those people went to the landing page. All right, so when you look at this, that's 40% of people that click our ads go to our landing page. That's why these relevance scores are so high. 40% of people that see our ads go to the landing page or open up the Facebook lead form. And then you go from there to the number of leads. You got 23 out of 140 people that hit the landing page, filled out a form. That's a 17% conversion rate. Here you're at 9%. So we're almost double the conversion rate. So when you multiply and you look at a fraction of the cost per click, all right, 38 cents compared to $3, and you look at our 40% click-through rate conversion and our 16 to 20% lead conversion, we hands down crush the industry standard. All right, at this rate, if you looked at 3.77, and I'm going to show you this here. So what you're looking at is the industry average. When you take the average cost per click, and this is why people struggle with the insurance industry, at $3.77 average cost per click, the average click-through rate of 0.005, the average conversion rate is 0.09. So watch how this works. The insurance average 20 ad clicks times 5%, which is here, right? That gets you 1 click through to your website times 0.9%, which isn't bad. A 10% conversion rate is not bad. That means you have to get 10 people to your website to get 1 lead, right? So here's how the math works out. That's over $700 a lead, which means 99% of marketing agencies simply cannot get you leads on social media. 99% of people fail when they run insurance ads, and it's not because they weren't going to get a lead. They may have met the metrics, but who's going to spend $700 on a lead? Nobody. What ends up happening is you'll spend a couple of $100, you'll boost some posts, 20 bucks here, 50 bucks here, 100 bucks there. You might get a lead or two, and then you're like, this is too expensive, it doesn't work. Then you move on. So when you look at our average cost per click at 37 cents, average click-through rate is 6.75. We convert 39% of the ad clicks to the landing page, and then another 23% into leads. 10 times lower cost per click, 10 times higher click-through rate, 5 times higher lead conversion, and the average cost per lead is, again, between $5. Clients convert somewhere between 18% of those to sales, all right? So let's look at some of the ad campaigns that we use, all right? We use a number of different approaches, anything from really depending on, again, it's highly customized depending on what you're looking for. We work with a lot of clients who have affinity programs, whether they're with Farmers Insurance or Liberty Mutual Insurance. I think Allstate is starting to get into some affinity marketing, but you can also use affinity to write really good ad copy and to really targeting your audience. So what we do is we use affinity and life events to really make that ad specific to that person, and that's why our conversion rates are so high. So don't get affinity confused with like an affinity program. Yes, there's those, and we can help generate those ad campaigns as well. And that's what you're seeing here: firefighters, exclusive discount. But then we can also use affinity to target people in on employers, or we can build affinity with where the industries that they're in, or the employers that they work at, or the industries or job titles. So, you can build an affinity campaign with, an ad targeting veterans or military if you've got a competitive platform there, or really making people feel like they're part of a whole, right? Just making that using those targeting filters and making that ad feel like it's for them. All right. So these are just a couple of those. Again, we've got over 250 in our ad library, but we also utilize retargeting. And this is an example of one of my retargeting ads that we run. And what happens is when anybody clicks on your website, we take our customers' database, any lead that you've ever generated, and then as we're going and building ad campaigns, anybody who clicks on your websites, fill out your form, we create what's called custom audiences, and then we follow those people around everywhere they go. Good example, and somebody who uses retargeting really well is Grant Cardone. Go to Grant Cardone's website, click on one of his Facebook ads, and then watch how you will see his ads everywhere. We use the same exact system. That's what we do. And so here, because my obviously target insurance agents, you can see that we popped up on the Business Insider, but our ads will show up on CNN, on Money, on MSNBC, Fox News, Home and Garden, any of the major websites that people will go to, AccuWeather. You got any of your local news stations that these retargeting ads will show up on, and they are really, really powerful ads to really build that brand awareness. And when somebody sees your ad on ESPN, it really builds some clout for you, because they don't understand how that's working. They think that you're advertising directly with ESPN. All right. So what it does is it just follows your clicks and your customers everywhere they go on the web. Follows them on YouTube. They'll see your stuff on Pandora. They'll see it on Business Insider, on Forbes, or Entrepreneur, wherever it is that they go. There's more about that we'll teach you, but here's an example. These are compliant ads, by the way. These are all, your company approves these strategies that we use. So here's an example of one of our clients that we use the retargeting ads with. This is just a what's called a leaderboard display ad that'll show up. So his ad would show up somewhere like that on the Oklahoma websites. Here's just an example of some of the incognito strategies. This one is an income protection ad campaign that we use. Here's some ad performance data. This is actual performance data. So a lot of times people they're like, let me see some of the ads you use. There's some of the ads that we use. We've got hundreds of these that we can use, completely customized to what you're looking for. But a lot of people say, well, what do the actual results look like? All right. So here's actually the results from actually the farmer's agent that you saw there. We do weekly results. We do a weekly recap. We ask for, what happened that week. How many people did you talk to? What percentage did you make contact with? What percentage did you quote? What percentage did you sold? Now we have these less than 25%. Again, he's somewhere between 15 and 18% on percent quoted and percent sold. But what you can see is he did $4,800 in premium that week. So we do weekly results, and then we do a monthly recap. So you're typically seeing clients are writing somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 of new business premium when they're running P&C campaigns. Live campaigns are completely different, and it really just depends on the type of policies that they're writing. But we'll show you some case studies in here as well. Here's an example of a P&C campaign that we ran. You can see for the month of August, it was about 2 weeks of August, we spent $317 and got 93 exclusive leads for him. Here's one that was, this one looks like it was slower volume from the end of May to first part of June, so a couple weeks there, $3.12. This was a live campaign that we ran. And then here's something that's a little bit longer stretched out. A lot of times people will show you, oh, look, we got 2 leads in the first day or first hour, and that's great. And we do get immediate results. And I like to show people this stuff happens right away. And we can throttle the volume based on what you're looking for, based on how many leads you want to get per day, how many conversations you're having. Again, we have a lot of conversations throughout the process to really make sure that you're getting what you want You're having good conversations. We're not going to drown you and fill you with leads that you can't follow up with, but we want to make sure that we keep them consistent and keep your pipeline full. But here's an example of somebody who spent, we did a 6-month campaign. They spent $20,000, and you might be thinking, holy shit, that's a lot of money. This is a larger agent. They had, 6 or 7 salespeople. But what you're able to see is we did a combination of lead generation. We spent 17,000 of the 20 in lead generation. We spent the other 3,000 in the retargeting ads, like on Google and some of the display ads that were compliant with their company. But you can see we had 448,000 people reach. These are new people that saw him over that 6 months. 1.1 million impressions, 20,000 spent. We ran 41 different campaigns, and we generated 3,246 leads. So over the course of that 6-month period and the 3,246 leads that were generated, when you look at a 15% closing rate, you're talking 486 policies closed over a 6-month period. And so you're talking about 80 policies a month that was written with this campaign. Average, annual household premium of about $2,000. So this agent was doing $160,000 a month of new business premium over the course of 6 months. Ended up just shy of $1 million of new business premium written with this campaign. Now, some of you may not have that kind of money to invest, but that's ultimately what we want to get you to. You can see monthly budget from 600. This agent is spending almost double that now. Over time, we get better leads, you get more confident, we fine tune those campaigns, and we build you a bigger budget. And we continue to build out your campaign. So if you don't have, again, $20,000 to spend, that's okay. What we do is we work within the confines of your budget, and we say, okay, how do we maximize your budget? How do we maximize your $600? If you're going to spend $600, I would say that most agents would happily pay $600 a month to write $20,000 to $30,000 of new business premium. When you look at that, $20,000 of new business premium, and you do that over a 6-month time frame, you're talking about $120,000 of new business. And then months 7 through 12, you're hopefully renewing at least 90%, renewing 108,000 of that with another 120,000 written new. That becomes a massive campaign. You're talking about doubling your business for most agents. The average agent writing somewhere between 15 and 30 households a month. You're going to double your agency with a budget of $600 on ad campaigns. All right. So let's look at a case study. Here's somebody in Illinois, 270 leads over the course of a 30-day period. Again, this is a larger agent. Maybe you can't handle that much. Maybe you can. Ad cost was just $583. The profit was $6,500. They wrote about $73,000 of premium in that first 30 days. And keep in mind, we're also using retargeting. We're using automated drip campaigns. So it's not just about what you're selling in that first 30 days, but what are you closing in that customer journey the next 30 days, the following 30 days, when you follow up with them in 6 months. This is a consistent process. This is not buying leads. This is building a full-blown marketing funnel that you're going to continue to work over time. It's not about who picks up the phone and you can close today. Yes, that's great, but we want to help you close business and build a strong foundation and a strong agency with continuous and steady growth over the long term. You look at the types of information that we're getting. We're looking at auto, home, and life on this campaign. His guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Requested his own callback time. These are huge leads. All right, these are not just your simple monoline car. Here's another managed service, $500 for the month. Ended up with 307 leads. Wrote $25,000 of premium. They contact with 50 to 75%. You're looking at contact rates of 65% over 30 days. The close rate of 25%, where the industry average is less than 10%, 25,000 premium written in a 30-day period, with 18,000 more of pending sales, pending life issues that were coming. So you're looking at total spend was $839 because you had some other ad campaigns and cost in there, but total profit of $3,750 of commissions paid out. I mean, guys, making an extra $3,000 to $5,000 of new business commission with a turnkey process. The only thing that you're having to do is work with us give us your feedback. We're handling all of the ad campaigns. We're doing all the build out, and we do it all inside your ads manager, so you can see exactly what we're doing. All right, you're going to see every ad that we write. You're going to have input on the types of targeting that we do. You're going to give us feedback on the types of leads that you're getting, the conversations that you're having, who you're closing, who you're not closing. What we do is we eliminate, hey, if we find a consistent pattern that you're being successful in the age brackets of, 25 to 49 males, then we're going to continue running 25 to 49 males. We're going to exclude females in that regard, and we're going to be able to eliminate the ad spend on getting leads that aren't working or showing it to demographics that aren't producing leads. And that's ultimately how we continue over time to decrease the cost per lead. There's a good example with a guy that we had about 6 months, been running with us for 6 months. One of the ad campaigns that we ran when we first started, we were generating leads for about $11. We took his input from that first run. We made some changes, and when we ran that ad the second time, 4 months later, it was the same exact ad. We just took the insights from his feedback, and we were able to decrease the cost per lead by 50%. And he was able to, so he was getting leads now for $5.40, and his conversion increased by 30% because we were able to get better quality leads. So we stopped generating leads in areas that he wasn't having good success with, doubled down on the areas that he was, and the zip codes that was most successful, the age demos and the gender demos where he was doing most of his closing, and we were able to get a 30% better close rate on the second time around. Here's another one with a $8,300 premium. This was a life premium that was written, so you're looking at a massive profit of building out an extra $10,000 in a 1 week of life premium. So here's some of the testimonials. Hey, Doug, just wanted to message you about a new client I got for the ads that you're running. Here's a policy. He's got 3 autos, 1 home, 1 umbrella, and 5 rental properties. The cost of the lead was $4.73, resulted in $10,000 of premium, $1,500 in commission. These happen all the time. In fact, we had one of our new clients came in the San Antonio area and told us that he wrote a $20,000 6-car, 3-home household from a lead that cost about $8. So again, we've got here's the weekly report examples. We also give you reports, so it's not just about who what reports that you're giving us, but we're also giving you reports. We're giving you exactly how much you spend. Again, you can see all of this in your ads data, but you're also getting from us the spreadsheets that we're using. You're seeing all of the analytic data, the performance calculators. We go through this with you week by week, and we show you exactly what we're doing. We notate every change that we make on the ad. You can see every change that's made, and you keep all of these digital assets. This is again all done inside of your campaign. So it's like having your own digital marketing agency or having your own marketing department. I mean, the choice is really, when you look at it and you're going to look at getting leads as an insurance agent, you can either A, buy leads, right? You can B, hire an agent to come in and do business development and, pound phones or do what they do. Or you can hire somebody in-house to do your marketing. So you bring an employee in and maybe they have a marketing background and they do marketing for you. Probably going to pay them something like at least $2,000 a month, right? Plus you've got employment taxes, and you got to worry about the liability of hiring and firing, unemployment risk, things like that. Or you can outsource that to a marketing agency like ourselves. And I will put our strategies and our processes and our results against anybody in this industry. We are hands down the #1 digital marketing agency specifically for insurance agents in the country. There is nobody that has a longer track record of success. There is nobody that has a more defined, clear-cut process. There is no company that is more transparent with how we do business, all right? We are very upfront with our pricing. We work off of a monthly retainer, okay? So every month you pay us to manage all of your ads, and the pricing just depends on what you're wanting us to do, the amount of work that you're wanting us to put in for you, the number of ads that you need us to manage, the number of leads that you're looking to get, and then you give us an ad budget that we manage, which gets paid in arrears. So you don't pay us up front for the ads. You actually pay Facebook for the ads or Google for the ads. Your card will be on file with them, and we will run the campaigns for you, and you'll see every ad dollar being spent. And so you can throttle that spend as you need to. and that gets paid directly to the platform that you're using, and it gets paid in arrears. So our goal is not on the cost per lead. And a lot of times people get on the phone with us and they want to talk about cost per lead. At the end of the day, what we find, just like when you talk to somebody about insurance, initially they get on the phone and they want to talk about how much your policy is, how much can I save on my insurance. When we get on the phone with you guys, most of you say, how much is your cost per lead? How much can I save? I want a cheaper lead. Truth is, you don't want a cheaper lead. What you want is a higher return on investment. What I found is that I've got people right now that are generating, we've got $34 and $44 leads going out to people right now. Now, these are on big 401k rollover cases and financial services. And we've got folks who are writing, $25,000 a year universal life, index universal life premiums. You got, $100, $200, $300,000 401k rollovers going into annuities with big, massive payouts. So at $30 a lead, who cares? They don't care. If you're making $4,000 and $5,000 on commission several times a month, you don't care about spending $30 a lead. What you care about is the quality of the lead, whether or not you're having a conversation, and how much money you're making at the end of the day. And that's why I said we're a results-driven company. So, we have some averages, and we can show you approximation of what the cost per lead is going to be. But ultimately, when you hire us, we get paid on a retainer fee, which is very low, by the way. You're paying us when we look at the average amount of time that it takes just in the reporting and putting together the spreadsheets and the data analysis. We spend on average, if we're managing 3 campaigns per day or 3 campaigns per client, which is our entry level, we spend about 15 minutes per day per ad just on the data input. All right, so you're talking about 45 minutes to an hour just in data input per day. All right, and this is to put it into our calculator so we can see what we're doing, what our conversion rates are, what changes we need to make, and then from there we'll go and make changes. We typically make changes and adjustments after we've gotten feedback from our clients. We do feedback sessions on Tuesdays and Fridays with our clients. But if we see anything outside of that, we'll obviously jump in and make the adjustment. But on average, we're spending about 3 days, 3 times a week, we'll go in and make some sort of adjustment, whether it's a photo, whether it's targeting, whether it's a campaign objective, but we'll make some sort of edit and fine tune the campaigns about 3 times a week. When we go in and do that, it's more than just 15 minutes per ad. You're talking about 30 minutes per ad. So we're looking at 3 times a week, we're spending about an hour and a half. So that's about 4.5 hours of time to make edits. And then we're spending another hour per day just on data input. So you're talking about 10 to 12 hours per week that we spend on managing your accounts. And this is for 2 people per account. We have 2 ad managers assigned to every agent. So you've got 2 sets of eyes always looking at it. So you're looking at 10 hours with 2 people. You're talking about 40 hours a month, right, of managing that goes into realistically managing these campaigns, or just being transparent with you. Could you do it on your own? Absolutely. A lot of people can't justify spending another 10 to 12 hours a week just managing campaigns. And when you look at the learning curve, 2 people doing this that have thousands of leads behind them and hundreds of campaigns under management, we can see things a lot quicker. So I would suggest that if it takes me and my team 10 hours, right, that's really 20 hours of labor because 2 of us doing it, right? So if it's going to take us 10 hours, I'm going to tell you it's going to take you at least 15 hours per week to get the types of results that you're seeing here, 15 hours per week. And I'm going to suggest that you're going to struggle to get the results that we get. You absolutely can. I'm not saying it's not possible. I've got hundreds of agents who do it, but they've been doing it for a long time. And today it's a lot more difficult to generate these leads than it was before. I'm just being transparent with you guys. So you absolutely can join our coaching programs, and I do one-on-one calls with you guys every Tuesday in our coaching programs. We do group calls. You'll have 24/7 access to our entire product library, guys. We have a VIP membership. We've got over 40 programs that you can have access to, and there's literally thousands of hours of training that you can go in and learn exactly what we're doing. Everything I know that's in my head on generating leads is in these programs, right? You can do that. So we have that option, but we also have the option to manage these for you. And these are the types of results that you're going to get and you can expect if we manage your ads for you. So if you'd like to talk to us about that, if you'd like to talk to us about managing your campaigns or what it might look like to get started, I would love to have that conversation with you, okay? Just reach out to myself, reach out to my partner, Doug, and let us know how we can, yeah, if you want to set up a demo, we can certainly help you out and show you specifically what we can do for you. And would love to have that opportunity to kind of run you through this. There's no smoke, guys. The whole point of this process right now is just to be transparent with you, to show you what we do, to give you an understanding, to give you some insight, and to help you make a good decision about whether or not we should be on the phone or we're a good fit for you. All right. We currently have client openings. All right. If you're seeing this video, it's because we have a client opening. We don't have unlimited amounts of space. We're looking for the right type of client. We do have a 14-day trial. If you'd like to just try this out, I don't recommend it like the best way to do things, but we understand that some people are very sketchy, you've been burned before. We do have a 14-day trial. It's only $495. We do guarantee you 15 exclusive leads throughout that 14-day period, and then from there, if you want to move forward, you can actually apply part of that trial that your monthly campaign. So we don't do any contracts. Our contract is our performance. We know if we're performing for you, you're going to get good leads. We do have tons and tons of data. So if you want to see what the data looks like in your area, just go to sellingwithsean.com/booking page. Set up an appointment, set up a demo. We can show you, hey, what's it look like in my city? What do you guys got going there? And we'd love to show you that and see if it's a good fit. Again, watch your email. You're going to get a couple more emails from me to kind of break down some of this individually and get a more in-depth look. But I really just want to have this conversation with you so that you don't have to get on the phone. You don't have to feel like you're being sold. You can have some time to think about it. I know that it takes time, but let me tell you guys, things are changing quick. Things are not getting any less expensive, and the longer you wait, the more difficult it's going to be for you and your agency to grow. So I recommend getting in quick, getting in now while it's hot, while we're still getting amazing results, and I can guarantee you what you're going to see. Get in. Just get on the phone with us and let us talk to you and show you what we can do for you. I'm telling you guys, this isn't about selling you. Listen, I don't want to work with you if I don't think I can get you results. It's just going to be a headache, okay? I want to work with you if I can get you results like we're showing you here. If we've got that opportunity, you're a good fit. I think that you've got the ability to close the leads and actually work a system. I will work for you. I'll go to work, and I will promise you that you will not be let down, and this will be the best investment that you've ever made.